99, yes, is wrong side of the traffic lights, contravening red lights at Walton Street. He's on Landleby Road.
In Hull, in East Yorkshire, someone's 14-year-old is still running amok.
99, wrong side of the lights, still Landleby Road towards the city.
The teenager's stolen the Jag for fun. He doesn't care about putting bystanders' lives in danger.
He's gone right to Brisbane Street.
But a schoolboy driving a 300 horsepower Jag is no joke.
There were pedestrians having to jump out of the way of this lunatic in the vehicle at high speed. And it was obvious that he couldn't control it.
99, he's at Rawlins Way now and he's a left towards the roundabout.
It's too dangerous for traffic cops on the ground to chase the stolen car.
All divisional patrols, please take no further part.
They've been ordered to leave it to Oscar 99, the police helicopter.
Because of the presence of the aircraft, it meant that the pursuing vehicles could then drop back, so there was no pressure on the driver.
The driver doesn't know the police chopper is above him. He's got no fear of being caught and no fear of danger.
99 is on the pavement, across onto St George's, narrowly missing several vehicles. St George's now, general direction Landleby Road. 99 is St George's overtaking vehicles into oncoming traffic and he's approaching Landleby Road junction now. Stand by. 99 is collided with another vehicle, Arthur Street and Walliker Street. 99 is now on the pavement to avoid a GP car and he's up towards Landleby Road on the pavement.
See him driving down a footpath, you realise how much danger the public are in. We've got to get this vehicle stopped. We've got to get the driver arrested.
Patrol has a stinger on board.
The only way will be to puncture his tyres with a stinger before he crashes.
Yes, sir, we received that. If you can keep the airways clear, please, I appreciate your message.
But it's too late.
99, he's crashed at the top of Walton Street on the level crossing.
He's reached the end of the line.
He's on the railway tracks.
And that's not all.
The tracks are down for a train to approach.
We decided that we'd better try and stop the train.
281, we are informing BTP rail track as a matter of urgency.
Obliged, there are vehicles at the scene by the looks of it.
So we flew over to the train as it was approaching, and the pilot went down low. My colleague in the rear indicated to the train to stop. The thing that we didn't know is that the Jaguar was leaking fuel all over the place with the engine still running, yet those two officers still ran out and endangered themselves to save that young lad.
The 14-year-old who nearly caused a rail disaster when he crashed on the tracks was banned from the front seat of any car for 3 years and sentenced to 10 months youth custody for driving dangerously. With modern cars becoming more secure, the best way to steal them is by getting hold of the keys.
The recent trend seems to be that they're targeting people's houses to actually get the keys from within. Because generally people leave the keys either close to an access door or in a downstairs room while they're asleep upstairs. And it's generally just easy pickings for the criminal fraternity to do this, get in, be away before anyone even knows that there's anything wrong.
Across town, PCs Scott and Stevenson have reached the address of the person who is suspected of stealing the car they're looking for. But there's no sign of it. Yet.
Steam coming off that car down Anthony, right? Just turn around for us.
It's not steam.
So went down one of the side streets and there is this vehicle that had just been set alight. So the offenders must have seen our police car trolling around the streets.
Yeah, we've got this vehicle on the Anderby Drive.
The vehicle has only just been set alight if we can get fire brigade as soon as, please.
They've obviously seen us parked up down there, haven't they? They must have done. Somebody's pride and joy had been set on fire, and the kids were nowhere to be seen that had done it.
Yes, but
just been set alight. It was only a matter of seconds. Flames were 10 foot high.
yeah, if we can get fire brigade as soon as, please. This vehicle's now well ablaze near to residential properties. We're having to pull back for our own safety. You see that? That's been nicked anyway, we were looking for it.
We stayed there looking for the offenders in case they came back, because often they like to return to the scene and glorify it and watch what they've achieved. They get a kick out of doing that. Recently, fire brigade have been attacked on that particular estate with bricks, so we make sure that they're all right.
It's unfortunate that we weren't a few seconds earlier and actually found them in the street.
You're looking out the window, can you see me? I've got pizza and everything.
Trying to get into the bonnet using crowbars and saws to make sure that the fire's completely out, because what they found in the past is that if they don't check underneath the bonnet, because of all the components that are underneath, it can quite easily reignite with all like the different fluids that are underneath there, so it's just a precaution really.
It's too late to save any evidence, much to the frustration of the cops who are no longer allowed to tackle fires.
You'd think sometimes, oh, if we got a fire extinguisher, we could have put it out, but the decisions are that we don't carry them, so we have to wait for the fire brigade. They obviously think that they've got a good chance of getting away with it, because otherwise it won't be so prevalent in its burnt-out state. It's a danger to other members of the public if they were passing, and we waited for it to be recovered.
The number of children going to prison has doubled in the past 10 years. To help reverse this unhealthy rise in juvenile crime, Kent Police are employing proactive tactics to stop trouble before it begins. Surveillance is one of the keys to this new approach.
Every time we stop somebody, we complete a stop check form, and then if a crime does occur, then it gives us something to work on in terms of looking for possible offenders.
Our intelligence around youngsters and youth gangs isn't as strong as it is against recidivist burglars, drug dealers and everything else. So we do use informants. Part of that initiative is to ensure that A, the groups of youngsters know that we're interested in what they're doing, B, we will have the evidence to go back and talk to them if needs be, and C, we've got better intelligence about how they behave and how that little group works.
There are a number of groups of young people that label themselves with certain names. They do tend to graffiti a lot around about the place.
The Newington Hill estate is a particular trouble hotspot.
It's called a centre. It's like right in the middle of the estate.
Because it's right in the middle of the estate, and there's the shop, all the shops are here as well, and you've got sort of certain green areas. It's a fantastic place for the kids to congregate.
And also a fantastic place for the night cops to gather intelligence.
Where are you guys hanging around tonight then? Sure. You're just hanging around here for the night, are you?
Oh, geez, that is big, isn't it?
Yeah, is that what you're doing then?
Names and descriptions of the kids are taken down. And the youths are left in no doubt as to what will happen if they don't behave themselves.
If there are any problems, then we know exactly where to come, don't we? All right, you don't want us to spend the night in the cell.
But are they bothered? Are they, Ek?
You don't mind?
NYG.
Unbelievably, these kids wander the streets into the small hours of the morning. If this weren't bad enough, many of them are boozed up.
They binge drink, they can't handle their alcohol so much, and they don't tend to necessarily keep their aggression in check.
It's not long into the shift when the night cops are called upon to deal with a typical act of juvenile aggression.
No, we just didn't want to get... Yeah, we didn't want to get caught. Wait.
Because they're all fighting.
I mean, we was down there.
Causing trouble.
I don't know what happened tonight. Apparently these two kicked off and that, and then everyone just come out.
When you say two people, two groups?
Two people.
There's been an incident down in Harold Road. It appears that two groups of people have been fighting. However, the group has dispersed just prior to our arrival. We've obviously got this group here. They're saying that they've witnessed a fight, but they weren't involved. Obviously, without any victim or any allegations being made, we'll take their details, give them some words of advice, and they'll be on their way. Unless something else comes up and we're made aware of it.
But the fight hasn't blown over. In fact, it's all kicking off again just 50 yards up the road. PC Clark takes off in the direction of the noise. This is not an unusual event for Margate's nightclubs. In fact, dealing with teenage house parties that have kicked off is a regular occurrence for them. Amazingly, some of the group are as young as 12. The nightclubs have to separate the warring children and restrain the youth who seems to be at the centre of the dispute.
Really? Don't point at me,
But the lad resists, leaving the officers no option but to immobilise him. It may seem heavy-handed, but this manoeuvre is standard police procedure. With the main suspect restrained, PC Clark takes him to one side for questioning.
Got a baby sister that's 15, and I seen boys trying to move to her.
What's happening here?
I don't know. These people trying to move to my sister. Yeah. What am I supposed to do, bro?
As a concerned brother gives his side of the story, PC Dunderdale takes witness statements from the other youths.
It's something to do with his sister. I don't know what's going on, but he's moaning about it.
You're such a show.
I'm celebrating my mate's party. It's his Halloween party. And the whole party's evacuated.
I'm 16, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I see my little sister that's 15. Yeah. I see people trying to move to her, trying to take her off out of her. That's my baby,
Guys, girls, make me way over.
Once both sides of the dispute have had a chance to make their case, the night cops start to move everyone on.
Charlie. On 11. Go home.
Charlie, you're right, man.
There's been an assault of a 12-year-old lad, and I'm just going out now to find out what's happened at the other end. I've been taking witness details, so I'll go and see what's further happened.
PC Dunderdale's questioning has led her to believe that a serious assault may have taken place on a juvenile. She's therefore obliged to take this lad back to the station for further questioning.
Excuse me. A moment, fella. You are under arrest for assault.
Why?
Right, we're going to need to look into it.
But once he realises that the night cops are not just going to tell him to be a good boy and let him go home, he loses his temper again.
Bro, you fucking grab my... Bro, you bang my head off the foot.
But restrained by 3 cops, he makes a less than successful attempt to be friendly with PC Clark.
What's your name, bruv? What's your name, bruv? What's your fucking name, bruv? I'm a fucking... I'm a press, yeah? No, listen, I'm a press. So what the fuck's your name, G? What the fuck's your name, G? I'll fuck you up!
I think we live with people now who don't like to be challenged about their behaviour.
What's your fucking name, bruv?
Some people have grown up with less self-discipline.
I'll fuck you up!
And quite often, the police officer is the first person they meet in their life and says, no, that's not acceptable, you're not doing that.
When we arrived there, one of the males refused to come away from one of the railings. So we had to pull him away from the railings. He calmed down. Fucking grandma! But on arrest, he became aggressive again. So we have to be quite robust. Obviously, got the handcuffs on and got into the van as soon as we could.
I'm on arrest, yeah? No, listen, I'm on arrest. So what the fuck's your name, G?
And then it's off to the lockup, where the sweary young man is still being aggressive and has started to perform a little rap for the night cops.
Fuck your mum on the kitchen wall. Black because she's a fool. Take the fucking cuffs off. Your mum goes down to the floor. It's not my fault your mum's a fool. Bang her on that kitchen wall. Black, it's not my fault your mum's a fool. What? I'll fuck you up. Fuck you up with a wax.
Well, Smithy ain't. And as this young man has proven himself to be very antagonistic towards the police, they have no choice but to restrain him forcibly, while they search and process him for a night in the cells. And at last, he seems to be cooperating.
Yeah, you consumed any drugs tonight? No. Okay, what about alcohol? No. You sound a little bit
Yes, I drunk a bit alcohol.
How much you have to drink?
Not a lot. I need someone to try and cuff me too tight and stop my blood from running to my fingers and my toes.
But then it's back to the rap.
Sounds like he's making up some little rhyme to himself, which is what he was doing all the way up the corridor as well. So I think he's had a few too many to drink, I think. He was left in his cell basically to sober up, and he'll be spoken to in the morning about what's happened tonight.
Further west, towards Portsmouth, PC Paul Mac McIntosh is on the way to North End.
The Peugeot is smashed into a car, which is then smashed into another one, and the Peugeot is made off. Stand by for an attention drawn.
Gonna be nicked then.
Another driver has disappeared from the scene of an accident.
Been a blue Peugeot driven by a young lad who crashed into the back of another car and then made off. He hadn't stopped, made no attempt to speak to anybody at the scene.
Fortunately, the car's registration was noted. So, with a bit of detective work, Mac has an address where the car might have been stolen from.
I don't know exactly what number it was, and I'm going to knock on the door. There's the car.
Perhaps it wasn't stolen after all.
The car was parked on the drive with a smashed-in front end, leaking coolant everywhere. So naturally, I assumed, obviously, that the driver was in there somewhere. Front door was open, so walked in, made myself known. Hello there, police! There's this hoofing great big old dog there. Hi, dog. I don't think you were driving the car, were you? Hello. Just. Hello there. Is that your Peugeot outside?
What, the one I've looked?
No, the one parked down the side of the house. It's yours. So who's crashed it this afternoon then?
Been crashed?
Yeah, it's been crashed.
Where about?
Up in Caution Way. Sort of started asking him a few questions, and lo and behold, the Peugeot keys were sat on the sideboard, which he then claimed that he had no idea how they got there, and somebody must have broken into his house, stolen his car, and after crashing it, nicely returned it to him, plus the keys on his kitchen sideboard. So what are you saying then? You're saying it's been stolen?
Oh, hang on,
Right. Okay, we'll get it.
My car's been stolen.
Fine, we'll get it recovered then, and we'll get it examined. Mike, Echo 1-5, Charlie, bro.
Mike, Echo 1-5, good.
Yeah, can I have recovery, please? Down to this location. This gentleman's claiming that the vehicle must have been stolen. We'll have to take it and take it away for Soccer.
Yeah, can do that.
Although they've obviously come back into the house and brought the keys back for him, which was good of them. Then he started going on about how it must have been his friends, and he'd fallen out with some people, and they must have turned up and moved it. Have you had anything to drink at all today? No?
Roger, we'll arrange recovery.
Right, we'll get you blown to this anyway.
Yeah, fine.
Because obviously at the moment, I suspect you were probably driving the car. And for whatever reason...
There's obviously you got to think...
My suspicion. What do you think might give me that suspicion? In fact, there's one set of keys, they're in the house with you, and the car's back here. All right, and that's a pretty good suspicion. Right, you done one of these before?
Yeah, no.
Okay. You need to take a nice big deep breath and blow until I say stop. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop. It's fine. Pull the tube off. You know that.
Keep going.
It's just for you, mate. Little souvenir.
The man has passed the breath test, which makes things all the more peculiar.
Right, something here don't really make a lot of sense to me, and I'll tell you what that is, right? You've got insurance, right? You're not disqualified, you're not drunk, all right? Therefore, if it's you that's had a crash in this car, right, the worst that's ever going to happen, right, is your insurance company is going to end up paying for the damage to the other vehicles. Right? Right? OK, right, just listen to what I'm saying to you. But you start saying to me, right, that this car's been stolen, someone's taken it without your consent, right, been in the crash and brought it back, right, and that turns out at a later day to be a load of rubbish, right, you've then started going down the lines of trying to pervert the course of justice.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Do you understand that?
I gave him, 4 or 5 good opportunities to sort of say, look, OK, I'm sorry, it was me, type thing, and he wouldn't have it at all.
No, he's got to come down here. Yeah.
The young man says he'll call his mates to see if any will cough to having borrowed the car.
He actually smells like he used to go out of bed. He's not drunk, he's got a licence, he's not disqualified, he's got insurance, so there's nothing really which would prevent him from putting his hands up saying, all right, it was me driving. So, don't know. At the moment, I believe him. But, don't know. See if he gets his mate on the phone and put his hands up to it.
The owner of this car also says that he was asleep when it was involved in a crash this afternoon and that no one he's called will own up to driving it today. So, Mac is sending the car to be checked for fingerprints.
You'll get it back when it's been soccoed. Probably about a week, I would imagine, at the earliest.
Dad has arrived home just as his son's car departs.
Not sure yet. Good stuff. Do you want to have a quick chat, do you? Or... Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Yeah, of course we can. Well, as long as your son's happy with me talking to you.
He seems surprisingly calm, actually. I think if that had been my dad, 20 years ago, I would have got a good hiding.
I think it's fairly obvious. However, stranger things have happened. I would suggest all the evidence, circumstantial as it is, points towards Kevin being the driver and just deciding not to stop.
Perhaps a quick chat with his dad will refresh the young man's memory.
Pressing a few of the little points, really, just to sort of see if, just by giving him a little shove in the right direction, we'd actually get what I wanted at the end of the day.
Right.
Macintosh hopes Dad will persuade his son to come clean. In Cosham, Mac is about to hear that he was right too.
Yeah, checking along. No, that's quite all right. He was driving the car. Well, there you go. There's a turn up for the books.
I knew it was going to come, and I just knew exactly what Dad was going to say when he did speak to me.
Lovely. Cheers, then. Bye. He's revised his story. Kevin was, in fact, driving the car. Oh, what a surprise.
The stolen Nissan Micra has just been seen again.
The driver looks to be underage.
The decision to go after young car thieves or not is down to the inspector in the control room, who has to weigh up all the risks involved.
It was half-term holidays at the time, so we're looking at how many people are out and about on the streets, how the kids playing in the street. The aggravating factors, if the vehicle should fail to stop, how can we bring it to a stop safely and quickly?
Go static here, see if it comes past. They've got...
Alpha Tango 28. Alpha Tango 28, are you in a plain car, X-Wiver?
We're asked to cover the junction at Milton Road and Sutcliffe Avenue. You can hear by your radio messages whereabouts it's going to go to, if it's going to come in your direction.
Very well, drive.
It's on the grass towards Winchester Avenue.
She'll lose it on there. She don't know the grass.
Alpha Tango 10 from XY, due to the age of the driver of the car being very, very young, the pursuit is not authorised. The pursuit is not authorised.
Have you out with Stinger? Just on the off chance.
It's very disappointing. It's difficult to say why the comm centre supervisor aborted at that point. The age of the driver is without doubt an aggravating factor that he or she would have been looking at the time. Myself, if I was behind the vehicle and anything was looking dangerous, I'd abort it. The offenders will come another day.
Across the vehicle again, it's the Sanders with runners, Shelley Avenue.
Runners.
All units, Shelley Avenue, runners. Thanks, Wiver.
Let's get in.
09, 198.
Ah, one in custody.
one IC means one person from the abandoned car has been caught. There might be more to catch.
Fail to stop. All persons are
if they can get there in time. On Shelley Avenue, on the Nunsthorpe estate, it's clear why the Micra's been abandoned. It couldn't go any further. Its schoolboy driver's been on a crash course.
Nice bit of parking. We've got him in custody anyway.
Cops in an unmarked Skoda were able to catch the young joyrider as he tried to run away. He's only 13 and a half.
Ones that we're finding in vehicles at a young age haven't got a clue how to drive. They've got a clue how to operate the pedals, and they've got a clue how to turn the wheel to steer a car. They haven't got a clue how to drive a car. When he was driving away in the police car, certainly no remorse then, big smile on his face and waving to the crowds, pleased at what he's done. On the second bend where he's lost control, a lot of understeer, as you do when you're running on metal rims and there's no tyres on them, and straight into the wall.
The ignition's been smashed and hot-wired, evidence the car was stolen.
So when they was talking about the windscreen missing on it, they really meant the rear near side window had been taken out of it to gain access. Looks like it's just been popped out.
The little lad hasn't just been stealing cars.
If this hadn't been reported until we found it on the move, chances are that's not been found, so whoever's had it has obviously been on a mooch round, not only having stolen the vehicle, but stealing stuff from other vehicles using this vehicle.
Somebody's pride and joy into it.
Yes, yes.
As I say, not an unusual thing on this estate. If you look around any of the junctions, you'll see all the skid marks from the SMVs. They steal them elsewhere, bring them onto the estate, a bit of cavorting around on the estate, and then a burnout.
These two was playing on the front there, playing football just a few minutes before. You know, just went inside, and very, very frightening. It's pathetic.
It doesn't shock me that kids this age know how to drive. It's the fact that they know how to drive. They're not afraid of the police and not afraid of the system. You look around now, there's young kids playing on the streets. It's the half-term holidays, and he's come around the corner, 3 tyres on it at the most, and you can see from it that he's been running on the rim straight into the wall. You know, God forbid if one of the kids had been in front of the wall, we'd be looking at fatal by now. So there's no deterrent for him, unfortunately. We'll try our best, but it's a bit of a losing battle.
I just saw a little baseball cap running down the street, and then I heard that car screech around the corner.
Stolen cars around here usually end up being torched, so no evidence is left for SOCO investigators to find.
SOCO, scenes of crime. Just come to fingerprint the car and things like that.
Any fingerprints found will help prove the youngster caught nearby was the one involved.
The problem is, because he was on the outside of the car, it can't prove that he was in there. But if we found something inside the car, which we have, the CD player, if his fingerprints are on that, we can prove he was inside the car and that he stole the CD player from another vehicle. So, 2 jobs.
They are scanned against the national database of fingerprints and see if it come back with a match. Fingerprints are more individual than DNA.
So it's a good job, really. Just one from the vehicle and he's been had, so at the minute everybody's happy apart from the fact the owner's had his car written off.
And the fact that this isn't the first time the boy has been caught driving, so it probably won't be the last.
But when you're seeing him in front of you for the 4th time as another disqualified driver, times 3, times 4, 13 years old, and then again he's received the same punishment for the same offence, I think the system's going wrong somewhere.
3 miles away, PC McIntosh and Sergeant Simon Goss are responding to reports of 3 youths stealing a car.
We got a call down to Fratton. There was a report of 3 young lads who had been seen hanging around cars.
I was
got to be one of these. This is 79 here.
Where's 79?
We're here. Well, that's 83, so it's just that
Someone
one.
in there? Someone in there? No.
We get a lot of car thieves. Certainly in Portsmouth, Havant, that sort of surrounding area. And it's normally young lads. They're normally like nicking their Astras, Fiestas, Cavaliers, that sort of thing, because they're fairly easy to get into.
It's going to be just up here then.
Mac has spotted figures in a front garden.
Oh, hello, mate. You're next. The pair of you. Vehicle interference. Did you? Unlucky. Get up. Get up.
I could see his mate hiding in the bush, and I thought, well, he's easy, isn't it? So I'll grab him. And what I didn't see was his mate lying in the flower bed.
3 detained. Is there another one around there? No, you got both of them. 3 detained. Your hands out. Okay. You're under arrest. Get your... You're under arrest on suspicion of...
Right, where's the one with the white t-shirt?
Okay, of course, you don't have to say...
Right, hang on.
Right, the formal bit, all right, is that you formally under arrest on suspicion of vehicle interference, attempt to theft of motor vehicle, right? You don't have to say anything, my army defence if you don't mention my question. Something you don't rely in court, anything you do to may have given evidence. Do you understand that? Right, you got anything on you shouldn't have? Puff. You got puff? Yeah. All right, mate. How much you got?
Just leave it.
Ever oak fellow?
Put your gear there. What is that?
Bit of cannabis.
Cannabis.
All right, just put your hands up a little bit. All right. Sit yourself down there. Mind you on the way in, all right?
Can you straighten your hat?
Straighten your hat for you. What's that? So you still look good, is that? Swing your legs in, mate. Do a shut the door. We've driven past them because they've all disappeared into one of the bushes. The area car's seen one of them hiding. Obviously, I've jumped into the garden and found the other two. Unfortunately, one of them was right underneath me when I jumped, so I think I landed on his Queen's shield.
You landed straight on him and all.
I thought I did. He didn't sound happy, did he? Stood straight on his crown jewels. He said, do you know what he said? Oh, you just stood up and down.
Oh, did he?
I said, oh, sorry.
Then, should he?
Yeah, so they've all been arrested.
The Ford they were trying to nick is metres away from where they were found skulking.
And what they'd done is they forced the door open, and obviously then started making the attempts to steal it. So they hadn't actually got away with the car.
The lads have been caught in the act, and apparently it's not the first time.
You all right?
You all right?
Yeah, how you doing?
He's all right.
He obviously know him, didn't he?
Mister. You all right?
Yeah.
At Pompey Central, PC Macintosh is booking in the lads he jumped on earlier. They've seen the inside of a few custody suites and have the ASBOs to prove it.
How long have you been on the ASBO for?
2 years.
Mate, you need to have a serious look at your life, otherwise you're going to find yourself getting locked up in prison for a long time, isn't you? Is that what you want? The problem is that nothing happens. You know, it's such a long process before you can get them locked up. You know, you sort of try and keep sending them to court, keep arresting them, keep doing this, and every time they go and they get sent off with, you know, a community service order or a little tagging, or, you know, it goes on and on and on and on and on, and you think, oh.
Stop going out and misbehaving and get yourself nicked over silly little things like this. Go to college, learn a trade, and sort yourself out. Because if you carry on going the way you go, mate, you're going to end up in nick.
Do you know what this is over?
No?
We couldn't be asked to walk to go to the bucket. That's what it was.
Well, see, if you think to yourself, what do you need to think? You need to think, what's the worst thing that can happen here? The old Bill can turn up.
At the end of the day, people know right from wrong. You know, they know that they shouldn't be out trying to nick cars. And they know because they're hiding in bushes when the police turn up. They know that if they're going to get caught, they're going to get nicked. And it's as simple as that, really.
Tonight on Traffic Cops, hair-raising times for PC Tim Scuthern as teenage joyriders in South Yorkshire try to outsmart him.
Says from Tango Mike Charlie 2.
In a stolen Nissan Micra.
Tango Mike Charlie 2 urgent.
The chase is fast and furious, but they have no idea he's one of Britain's top traffic cops.
We're going over a small track, over the railway line, into the Tinsley area. Look.
They are deliberately taking him on a dangerous journey over roads and tracks they believe will force him to stop and let them go.
Tango Mike Charlie 2, yes, yes. The vehicles are left, left, left. We're still in a small estate.
But Scotland never stops without a fight.
These car criminals are stealing the cars for thrills, driving around the streets for thrills, and if they see a police car, then trying to get away from that for thrills.
South Yorkshire has one of the worst car crime rates in the country. 30 cars are stolen or taken without their owner's consent each day in this part of Britain. Testing the skills of traffic cops like PC Scotland to the absolute limit, on and off the road.
We're through a small wooded area. We're back on roads. And we're on Mary Firth Close. Vehicle abandoned.
Most joyriding chases end like this, requiring cops like Scotland to be good runners as well as top drivers. The thieves are too quick for Scotland.
They knew where they were hiding and they got away, and for me that's incredibly frustrating.
Can you give us some space, kids? Come on.
They know this Sheffield housing estate, they live here, and stolen cars take them home where they can easily hide. Reinforcements have arrived, but it's too late. It doesn't take long for PC Scotland to confirm that this car has been stolen by people who knew what they were doing.
Make-up key.
They used their own false key.
It's not the real key for it, so it's supposed to have been jammed in. We'll catch him. We've got him on video, we'll get him.
Back in Sheffield, PC Scotland is watching the telly. His own movie of the chase.
The car's fitted with video equipment. I've got a nice clear TV screen in the front dashboard of the car. I was able to rewind the video and actually view the tape.
He knew where he was going to the point where he went through the park and cut through the real minor fencing. He actually thought that he could get the little micro through and I could get the big traffic car through. But when he realised I'd got mine through quite easily, he thought it would be he'd have as much chance on foot than he is in his car, because his little micro is going nowhere from me. He's just relying on using the small nooks and crannies in order to block me off. As you can see from where he goes over the fields here, he uses this small gate, so he doesn't believe that I can get through it. Unfortunately for him, I can.
The video also allows Scotland to ID the driver of the car, match of the day style, in slow-mo. But it doesn't help. Unusually, Scotland doesn't recognise either of them.
I'd never seen him before. A really youngish sort of looking kid.
There are over 1 million alcohol-related crimes committed every year in the UK. A statistic that annually costs the taxpayer £7.3 billion.
If you don't deal with underage drinking, the potential there is for fatality at the top end of the scale. Drink changes people's behaviour. There's no doubt about that. And there are some that require hospital treatment because they've had so much. And people can become victims of very serious crimes when they are drunk. There's also the potential, of course, that you could get to a point where you lie back and you choke on your own vomit, and obviously we've got a fatality on our hands, and clearly that's not going to be accepted.
In Wrexham, the night cops are determined to stamp the problem out. PC's Gary Edwards and Paul Davies are tonight going undercover to help combat underage drinking.
This evening we're on neighbourhood patrols. We're out of uniform this evening. What we tend to get is a lot of young people drinking on a Friday night. So tonight is an opportunity for us to get amongst them, not in uniform, so it doesn't give them the opportunity to run.
It's underage drinking which leads to criminal damage and all sorts of other problems within the area. Like Gary said, our role tonight in plain clothes is to get in amongst them before we know they're there and seize the alcohol.
Research has found that 11 to 16-year-olds drink 3 times as much today than they did 15 years ago.
Stop there. Put it down and I'll let you stay still.
It's a bigger problem than any other substance abuse and has been blamed for a sharp increase in antisocial behaviour.
Yeah, it's fine. How much do you have to drink tonight then? Half a can, that's it. Just half a can? Are you sure, yeah? Sure. OK. Whose is that then? Who's going to own up to this can?
I didn't take the name, sorry, but she didn't know anything about
own property then, is it?
Yeah. All right then. Because we've had you with alcohol, mate, we have the power to take your name and address, all right? I don't know if it's quite... Hey! quieting down now, all right. Yeah, I mean, you've basically got there a 16-year-old lad standing on the corner of quite a busy road with a can and lag in his hand. He's not drunk, but it's definitely antisocial. So we've got the power to take his name and we took his address. That'll possibly be him for tonight, that'll be it. But if we see him a bit later on and he's continuing in the same vein, we might have to take him home then.
This is just tonight's seizure. It's actually quite a small amount, really, isn't it? We can get crates of it.
Despite only having 2 carrier bags and a crate, there's still a problem in disposing of the contraband appropriately.
Unfortunately, it gets booked into seized property, gets stored, and then they destroy it. It's not just beer, it's not just lager or cider that we're seizing. We're seizing vodka, whiskey. So there's a whole array of things that the youths get hold of to drink. And that's another thing they'll do, is they'll get a bottle of pop like Ribena and they'll put vodka in the pop, hoping we're not going to have a look at that. But we've become experts on sniffing vodka in pop and Ribena now. Yeah, that's not straight Ribena. Vodka in that.
Exmouth, like Colwyn Bay, also has a problem with the misuse of alcohol and the antisocial consequences that come with it.
You know that.
The problem was so bad that the police have banned booze in certain trouble hotspots.
The no drinking zone is just another deterrent to stop, obviously, the constant battle of antisocial behaviour that's evolved around drink. Down here is the main sort of town where the nightclubs and hotspots are. The areas highlighted there are no drinking zones, and then generally the parks going out of town further up into the Brixton area up there, where we've experienced a lot of sort of antisocial behaviour up there.
Much of Pauline Beer's time, like that of her fellow nightcups, is spent dealing with repeat offenders. Tonight is no exception for Exmouth Police, who've just come across a familiar face carrying booze in one of the alcohol-free zones.
Where's your bottle of wine? Huh? Where's your bottle of wine? Oh no, we're just going home. That's not the answer to the question, is it? Yeah, bottle of wine. Bottle of wine, we're going home. Why? Let me see if it's open. Let me see if it's open. It's not open, is it? You were in the Strand. No, it's not open. Right. It's not open. We're going home. Don't take it literally up the road. How old are you? I'm 18. She is. You got any ID on you? No, I haven't. You could like, but she is. Literally, she is. But I'm trying to take her home. I know what's take it off. No, I'm not funny. But she is 18. Right. This is your one and only warning. I know. If I see you out in town tonight, you will be arrested. No, I'm sorry. Right. Sorry. Okay. I've got a boob job on Thursday. Good for you. Well done. I'm not gonna like. I'm having a drink. I'm not gonna like. Don't. No, I'm not. Mate, I haven't given it back to you yet. I know, but I'm not actually allowed any alcohol or even any cigarettes. Why are you under the influence of alcohol now then? Because from tomorrow, I'm not allowed a drink or cigarettes. So I'm having a glass of wine this evening. From tomorrow, I'm not allowed anything. Right. If that comes out of your bag. Again, bearing in mind you're on CCTV. No, it hasn't been. No, I thought you were giving it to me. Right, put it in your bag. Walk, now. There we go. Got all that? Got a boob job on Thursday. The female that was stopped, she's one of our known drunk and disorderly people. So, essentially, if she was going back into town, I would have taken the alcohol off her, but she's convinced me that she's going home because it's the last night of drinking before she has a boob job on Thursday. So I've given her the benefit of the doubt, but if she's seen back in town tonight, she'll come in. That's
So for now, this teenage tearaway is sent on her merry way. A trivial incident, but a regular part of the night cop's duties.
Tango 16. Which one do you want us to go to, Charlie?
It's Friday evening in Crewe, and PCs Evans and Booth are on their way to investigate reports of a disturbance from youths on a local estate.
Stopped to a report of a group of males breaking into some communal flats.
It's coming as a disturbance as well on this address that we're going to. In fact, we're there most weekends. It's coming now, there's apparently 18 to 20 youths causing problems, but normally we get here, they've all legged it.
Is that left at the next one?
Up thingy, sorry, not this left.
By the time the pair arrive, most of the ewes have dispersed, leaving one straggler to be confronted by an angry resident.
I have just been watching you, right? You and your mate.
PC Booth quickly intervenes and takes the lad aside.
Do you live up here, pal?
No, do a foot.
Any more swearing, you're getting locked up. Get downstairs. I'll have a chat down here. Why don't you lean against there? You're too drunk to stand still. What's your name?
He then tries in vain to reason with the young lad.
What are you doing up here?
Obviously having a party with my mates.
Well, he didn't seem very happy upstairs, did
Well,
she?
what does he fucking look like? What are you doing, you?
Stand there, or you get locked
What
up.
are you doing?
Stand there.
What are you doing, you? Fuck are you doing, you?
And that's it.
Get down on the floor.
The party's over for this lad as he takes a swing for PC Booth. Not the smartest of moves, and one which needs only one course of action from the night cops.
All right.
Keep your legs still.
Anything in your pockets you shouldn't have.
No.
Calm down.
Yeah, I'm calm, I am, mate.
Scale, you're under arrest. Assault police.
Ah! Can't you loosen the ankle?
Despite being restrained, put under arrest and securely handcuffed, the boy continues to play Mr. Tough Guy.
Got anything in your pockets?
No, you're alright, Dick.
You call me Dick again?
Yeah,
do you hear
what
that?
are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Eh? Because I know where you live.
Do you
Don't
really?
worry about that.
You know that, do you?
Yeah.
I know where you live, Dick. Don't worry about that.
The lad's threats are enough for the night cops to decide that it would be safer if they transferred him to the mobile security van.
Listen,
Do you understand?
I swear on my dad's grave, yeah, right? Don't worry about me, yeah, right? Just loosen your fucking ankle.
Well, you don't not making nice threats,
swear.
not going around people's houses and doing stuff to them, are you?
Calm down. Stop being an idiot. Just
Listen.
calm down.
Listen.
As soon as you calm down, the cuffs get loosened.
Listen.
Calm down, and the cuffs get loosened.
Listen.
Carry on like this, and you
No,
stay in there.
listen.
I'm not
The
listening
only
to
way
you.
I can do it.
Can you plug him in for us? Yeah.
Once in the van, the night cops start to process the lad.
Stand up, hands behind your back.
But he refuses to make it easy on them.
What's your date of birth?
Listen, just fuck off.
Oh, that's not very nice. Come on now, let's get this jacket off and then you can get on your way, can't you?
Do you want the cuffs on?
Off, man.
Right, you want the cuffs off? You're taking that jacket off. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Even getting him to remove his jacket is an ordeal, as all he wants to do is wail.
Take the jacket off.
Listen, shut the fuck up, you fucking bastard.
Put your hands back through here.
Hey.
Or pass me the jacket.
Listen,
Put your hands
go
through.
and suck eggs with your mum. You little fucking smackhead, that's what you are. Do you think I'm funny? Hey, do you? Because I know where you live, I'm gonna blow up your fucking house.
Like water off a duck's back. Until...
Stand by one.
It's the last straw for this fella, as the night cops finally run out of patience.
Think about the way you're behaving, because he's bang out of order.
Concerned that there'll be more trouble back at custody, PC's Booth and Evans escort the van to the station
Any dude spits at you?
Well, I thought.
and reflect on the night's recent events.
That was a bit of a surreal job, that then. I didn't really
weird, wasn't
expect
it?
any of that.
He's on amphetamine.
I couldn't believe, mate, he smacked you. I thought, what an absolute idiot.
I was like, don't do that. And he's just up and down. He's clearly under the influence of amphet or something, because he's going from a blubbering, tearful wreck to the world's hardest man.
I think you've got one of those faces, Don, that people
I
want
have.
to punch, haven't you?
Unfortunately, it's happened to me a number of times where even I've just been stood there and some lads just run over and hit me for no reason. I've done nothing. I've done nothing tonight. I've then seen him giving it the old, and I thought he's going to try and spit, so I've tried to move out of the way. He's just spat at me. And I'm sorry, but I don't mind someone trying to punch me or whatever, but spitting, It's just disgusting.
Right, now I'm going to take the cuffs off you now.
Oh,
are you going to behave? Yeah.
Back at the station, the cuffs are off and it's apologies and smiles from the young chap.
This bit on you. Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
Don't worry, put your hands on there.
When you're ready, you can have a bag.
Who even seems happy to spend a night in lockup.
She'll be there, alright? Here you go, big boy.
Since 2003, 25,000 kids have been hospitalised for drinking too much booze. It's 7 p.m, start of the night shift in the cathedral city of Salisbury, and PC Mike Parrott has just come on duty. Every year, 220,000 teenagers are arrested in Britain. At this time of night, Parrott is on the lookout for teenage drunks.
We'll go downtown, we'll find where the groups are. There's a no alcohol ban in and around the city centre unless you're in a licensed premises, so we'll enforce that, also check for underage drinking, and then obviously there to pick up any jobs that come in. Just wanted to check Sarge on the bus, Frank. Yeah. Young lad still up there, he was in white, head in hands, big pile of sick near him.
PC Parrott and Sergeant Richard Goodman check out an all too familiar sight. A teenager who's looking considerably worse for wear. The bottles he's been drinking from are strewn over the street.
Yo, is there life in there? I take it whatever you drink, you didn't go down with your stomach very well. No. Right.
Going home, waiting for the bus.
Sorry, mate?
Going home, waiting for the bus.
You're waiting for the bus? Whereabouts are you going back to?
West Harnham.
West Harnham?
Yeah.
And how old are you?
17.
17?
15.
15, right. Right, what have you been drinking?
Stella.
Stella? Where do you get that from?
Shop.
From the shop?
Yeah.
Well, they actually sold it to you?
No, some man.
They sold it to some man, do they?
Yeah.
Do you know who he is?
No, I don't know.
Yeah, mate, when you go home, you need to clean your teeth.
Yeah, I will do.
I'm not joking, you stink.
No, I will
How much have you had tonight?
6.
6 bottles of Stella?
Cans.
6 cans?
6 cans of strong lager. Almost the entire weekly amount of alcohol recommended for a full-grown man. No wonder this kid has thrown up over the pavement.
Right. My impression today is to take you home and get you out the city centre.
Cheers.
All right? Okay?
Appreciate that.
Just don't throw up in my van.
Sorry.
You feel ill in any way, you shout, that door comes open, all right? And my colleague will make sure you're okay.
This sick teenager may not think it, but it's his lucky day. The night cops are taking pity on him and driving him home to bed. Aww. In Darlington, a third of the population are under the age of 24, and the night cops have more than their fair share of binge-drinking youngsters to deal with. The night cops are just heading out to the town centre, but on their way there, the team gets an emergency call.
Somebody's rung in just basically saying that there's a disturbance at the rear of the address. That could be anything, could be lads fighting or a couple having a domestic argument, but we're just going to go and see what's happening really. Yeah, he's pointing here, it's this guy here.
As they pull up, they see a lad sat on a step covered with blood.
What's going on? I don't know, I've had a phone working.
With your mates, where are they at?
Gone.
The night cops know him. He's been in trouble many times before.
Stephen James, isn't it?
No, Stephen Christopher.
His injuries could be from fighting, but just 20 yards down the road, a neighbour's window has been broken.
No,
turn it around.
That was off earlier.
Turn it around, we'll look at it.
No.
The lad denies having anything to do with it, despite a cut in his hand and a trail of blood leading to where he was sitting.
What's me hand then, man? It's twisted. I'm not pinching me hand at all.
There's a blood on the window.
Now the investigation begins. The bloody trail continues up the street to the front door of another house.
There's a little bit.
When they go inside, the night cops find some other lads known to them.
He's not coming, like.
How long? You know me?
Yeah, he's been coming here. He's been kicking back gates off and all that people to death down the street and that's the neighbours.
Who was?
They claim innocence, pinning the blame on the boy outside. The night cops also find the drunken 14-year-old brother of the boy outside. As they try to question him about what's been going on, he suddenly makes a run for it. But he's not quick enough for PC Jeff Summerhill.
Do me for a show, my brother. What the fuck? Me fucking shoe.
PC Summerhill has come across this lad many times before, and true to form, he's proving a handful.
Oh my God, he is a little kid. He's a little kid.
Let go now.
Little kid.
What are you doing? Oh my God, what are you doing?
He's a little kid.
Put your hands behind there. You're going to hurt yourself if you carry on the way you are.
What are you doing, man? I'm going home. What are you doing?
Even when he's well and truly nicked, he continues to kick up a fuss. And the night cops have no option but to arrest him for being drunk and disorderly and take him to the police station.
Oh my God, I haven't even been cheating now.
You've been swearing.
Swearing in the street, you're drunk, and your conduct is disorderly, right? So
Just the cells, I think it's just,
disorderly. You're 14 years old. You're 14 years of old. You're drunk. Now get in the car.
Give me shoe, then.
Get in the car.
I'll get your shoe. Get in the car and I'll get your shoe.
No, I haven't been I haven't done for now.
Yeah, you're locked up drunk disorderly.
No, you're getting... what are you doing? Give me shoe, man.
Where is your shoe?
Let go now, man. Fucking hell, let go.
His 16-year-old brother is also arrested for criminal damage. And while he's being treated in hospital, his 14-year-old brother arrives at the police station. But the trip hasn't improved his attitude. Contrary to popular belief, youngsters over 10 years old can be held responsible for the crimes they commit.
Fuck off.
But this time, after a night in the cells, both boys were released without charge.
You get used to it. It's one of the hazards of the job, unfortunately. Get younger and younger every day.